Okay, as the piece of wood, I think I was reaching for the wood. How's this table here wiggling so much? I hate the wiggle. It's 1.5 inches by 7 inches. Now you can do a translation if you want a 2 inch. What would that calculate out to be for the length? Or vice versa, in 1 inch for practice, whatever. Let us begin. Now, I want to find the grain that will, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's an optical illusion. Yeah, that's 1.5 that way. And that's, oh, just barely a little more. As long as this is 1.5, but it almost looked like it's kind of longer this one. It is by 1/16 of an inch, but that's okay. Yep, that's okay. Or did I use this side? But if I use this side, just for that, but I want to get the face to go this way because here's the green. Let's see if you could see the green. And I got that piece of worm. We'll ignore that. I think we can, oh my goodness. Is that worm? I'm just going to move forward for this. If it comes out, that's the way it goes. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'll kind of start with how I have here. Okay, there's the head. Possibly here's the arm. Like I said, I might adjust. Now as for the legs, here's the legs. And how would that be? Now the crotch should be about here, so let's say 2.5, and then from there 2.5 to the chin. But again, this is caricature. It's a lot better than, it'll still be a lot better than this. And if I were to maybe lift the arms up a little bit, I'm not going to do that. Okay, here's the head. So I can't get a straight line because the corners are, I used a regular, what is carpenter saw, the standard. I usually do that because I wanted to save as much length and time of my, and I lift it up to be a little longer just in case if I lost you there. So the arm is going to be, now he is going to be lurched forward a little bit. Here's the thing, since he's an older man, this is one of these things that I've learned lately. I mean, I've been taking some classes too, is one of the main reasons I've been gone. And he's going to have this hunch over. And so therefore the arm, even though it's supposed to go straight down, and you know, I got to tell you, doing this tells me that the elbow should be there. Is that right? See, that's the thing about, see, now your measurements are not made in stone. So the elbow should be here. And this is going to be relatively the same, almost. Here's the shoulder. It's going to be about here. And now this is going to be here for, he's going to be holding on to this belt here. So I'm just going to make room for it. Let's change it a little more. And then this is going to come right back up because he's going to have his hand here for his cigar. So the arm should be back. This should be back a little bit, so that'll give me more forearm. Oops, excuse me. There. So it's a matter of penciling. That's the thing about not having a pattern, but just coming up with something. Here's the feet. Here's the center line. Here's the turn of his head. I think that's a little better. Here's his crotchal area here. That looks okay. Head is still going to be a little big. Here's the knee. That looks pretty decent. So let us begin. Oops, let us not begin yet. Because I think since this is where the belt is going to be, therefore his pants are here. Now the legs are supposed to be, there's sort of a little bit of the backside. This kind of a thing. Maybe I might have a little bit of bent, but I'm going to leave extra wood for now. Let's see if I can do the same this way. Sehr gut. So let's just get chomping. So, and I am going to just pump wood off. Thing keeps cutting out on me, and I have no idea why. I'm going to keep going. This is what I did. I got this started. And that's what I do, is just going to keep pushing the wood. One of the classes that I've been taking, or that I took, was a flat plane carving with Charles Banks. I recommend it. And he shows you how you can just take these big hunks off. And while we're doing this, don't be totally surprised. We've got a visitor here. It's my cat Ethel, who has come up and joined us. I mean, I should say shoe. Okay, same with the back here. Her name is Ethel because she was the second cat. And for all of you old timers know who would be the first cat, that would be Lucy. And she's gone. I had a hard time when she was gone. She was a good cat. Like I said, just pumping the wood off. Now if I leave, like I'm blocking things out right now, so if it's still too big, like the legs, we'll come back to it. I just want to start blocking things out. I always have my thumb, when I'm carving towards me, have the thumb on my hand. It's really interesting. One of the techniques that I've learned when I took a bird carving class up in a North House Folk School in Grand Marais by the Superior. And again, you could see that. You can see some of that if you go to my YouTube site. Take a hike in the woods. I did actually the whole thing was a 5-day event, but the wood carving was about a 3-day event. Okay, now I'm continuing on here. Just like I said, I'm going to block this out. Just to start blocking things out. Now he's going to be lurched forward a little bit, so I want to be careful. And I can take the corner off here for the side of the face. That's what I'm doing. I'm just, now I want to take this off. So I make sure he's lurching. Make sure he's lurching forward. Just a little bit. And like I said, I'm just taking wood off right now. And we'll come back to this. Now that's his back. Let's just, but let's take the arm off, or some pieces for the arm. And we'll come back to this also. Just taking the first pieces off. And the old boy there. Oops. And this old boy, ooh, careful, that just came right off on its own. Now we're going to have some behind. He's not going to have a big butt. Just make sure that I got some wood there for shaping. Now, before I take my V tool and get this all in order here as far as the arms, I am going to, first let me just do this so I got that. Okay, here is what I'm going to do is, I want to leave this as much as a block for now, so we can shape it and do it all kinds of other things. But now what I want to do is I want to bring the shoulders in. Now he's lurching forward a little bit, so I'll just be careful with this. bring the shoulder from the elbow to the shoulder. It gets deeper and deeper. If you've seen all my other Santa carvings, same thing, just deeper and deeper. Now there's a hunch, like I said, there's a hunch here, but I'll have to come back to that. I think it's best if I, work with the head a little bit. But now, I'm going to go on here, is I want to do the same thing what I did with the shoulder, is with the pants, is first let's do this. And what's going to happen is that this is going to come in because his legs are kind of spread out. And so this is going to come in a bit. Start with the corner. Make sure my thumb is on my hand. What's it going to slip there? Okay, that's in a bit. I think it has to be like right here more, because this hand is down. I think it's going to go past his. Okay. Same here. Now this is still his top side. I just want to bring that out. Now let's do the same thing here. Yeah, it's still thinner. Oops, be careful. Be careful. There, that's better. Now I'm going to just keep going despite my camera keeps cutting out, because for some reason, and I think I've seen this before in other cameras, and I don't know if it was this one here too, is that, I don't know, you handle a camera or a phone or something, and then for some reason a button got pushed or something, and it's like it does every probably 3 minutes or whatever minutes it is, and it'll shut down, like it's like have I forgotten kind of a thing. And that's what happens. I don't know if you have an automobile that does that too. You hit the switch to open the door from the porch of your house, and then you kind of gather some things, and then after a while it'll lock again because it's thinking, well, did you change your mind? Okay, we're getting started. I can do maybe just a little bit of this. Be careful. Don't take too much off. Just to kind of, as I always say, get my bearings. Now, he's gonna be lurching forward, like I said. Because I think he's an older man, he will lurch forward a little bit. And then don't worry about this being paunchy right here, because I don't know, should I take a break from this before I get to the head? I'm going to start roughing the head shortly here. But what I want to do is take all right, let's continue by putting my carving glasses on, actually. There we go. There we get. All right, now where was I? I was doing this. Sometimes I like to use the sides of the V to help take some, sort of like it's a flat chisel. Now he's lurching forward, so we got to go this way. But we still need some room for his hand that will be holding the cigar. Now that is one of the things that I've learned, I don't know if I have in my other videos, to have cleaner cuts is to have the knife blade as flat on the wood and use as less tip as you can. But you got to use your tip. Okay. Need some more here. Again, we're still basically kind of roughing this out, and we'll adjust later. It would be good to go straight to it. Now this is going to be a bit difficult. See, even the tip, try to keep the tip as flat. Flat. Except the tip does go in, and we'll have to clean that out later. Same down here, well, flat. Except sometimes you get this, but then it'll come right out nice and clean. Now I want to, yeah, we're still, like I said, he's lurching forward. Yeah, that is a bit of wormwood there. Just ignore it for now. Oops. See, the thing is, I still get that tip in there. So now, what I want to do is let's just sort of round this first before I get the feel. Now, of course, we want to rough. I mentioned this in my other videos instead of doing details, but this is a detail, or not a detail, but this is important to have this crease here because now I can figure on rounding. Move this way, and rounding the arm and see how the arm rounds. Since this is on the belt, I think I can take a little bit more off here. You have to keep chomping and but again, we're just taking wood off. I hate when it does that. Does it kind of hit you the audacity of, you know, I did this cut, why doesn't this chip come out? Let's see, if I was ambidextrous, I'd be able to take the knife in my other hand and do this side. Just do a little bit of rounding because I'm sure there's going to get quite a bit off more off. But if I round, like I said, it gets my bearings. And I think the legs are going to be shrunk a little more. What I'm going to do is probably, I'm thinking of it now, I'll probably forget, is that I will have 1 foot in front of the other, or 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. I'm thinking about that now. I hope I don't forget it. Did I do that with this guy? Well, I think I did. Yeah, I did have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. It adds a little more life to it. So, but I'm glad I'm rounding, and then even though it's going to come back. That's the thing about taking a block of wood and just carving out a figure for the first time, or maybe if you got a pattern or whatever, is you're just getting the feel of what's happening. For now, I'll just pencil this all back in. And I'm going to just put in where I think the belt is going to be, because if he's got his thumb, therefore the belt should be here. But yeah, the belt would be here because it's in the belt, but here's the buckle. So the buckle will be a little higher. And again, we'll come back, and there's that here like this. Same with back here. Oh yeah, I think we can, in fact, let me do that now. Take a bit more of the back side off. I'm sure there's going to be even more taken off. Because what's going to happen is this, and then it goes this way a little bit. We'll get into that. Now, if I do have, let's do this. Let's do this here now. Just pencil this in. This is going to be back. Now this is going to be back, and since this is forward, this is going to be a little more bent. So let's just put this in while I'm thinning about it. Another thing about putting in, even though this is kind of a detail-ish, is that we can round things. Same with here, and again, we might end up moving it. That's the thing, and because this is going to round up. Oops, went off track here. Okay, let's bring this back. Use the flat, fix this here. Bringing that back. Okay, so now we're getting the hang of the legs a little bit. Just round it. Bring this in. Oh, geez, yeah, look at that. The powder of the worm. The wormhole. All right, while we're here, I want to shrink the feet, feet a little bit here. Now, the feet, while we're on it, let's do a little bit of this. Now, this one's supposed to be back. And this one's supposed to be forward. Itch. It's not coming out. Well, this will be easier. What the heck? There we go. A little easier. This is supposed to seem here. Let's get this started. Now the heel is much thinner than the front or the sole, and then it's going to turn a little bit this way. Same with this, it's going to turn a little bit this way. Oh, I didn't have to do that first. Shouldn't have done that first. Should have done this first. A little bit around this. Yeah, I think I got a little too hacky here. Hacky wacky. And I don't want to take too much of this V out. It's more of a roundness, I think. I think I may have gotten too far with this, but yeah, it'll come here. Because I think what it's supposed to do is represent the roundness. So we're going to do something like this. And we'll get back to that. I'm sure he still has the back side is a bit too big. Let's use this to clean it up a little bit here. We got the tool for it. Let's use it. Same with over here. I wanted to go a little bit towards the left, or his left leg. See, I did have his legs open. So we'll have his legs open. Keep that tip as flat as you can. Yeah, sometimes I get too hacky-wacky. Just, there we go. Get out of there. Also, this needs a little more shrinking. Now, like I said, we're still on just kind of cutting here. We're still kind of, I want to say, roughing out with some details. What is that? That's a little bit of, how'd that get there? How did I screw that up? There. See with here, this should help a little bit. Getting a little choppy here. Okay, so I want to just maybe start in on the head a little bit here. Getting the head going. Because I gotta get the arms going too. Let's get that working our way up. Let's get the arms a little bit more here. And since that's gonna come this way a little bit more. See if I'm still on the screen. By getting a little too off. Well, if it's upside down, that's when I get off, and then when it gets off the screen. Now, same here. How far up? I don't want it to be too far up. Okay, enough to, well, let's do a little bit here. See how this back is going to go. Remember, he's still lurching forward. Oops. That's a bad cut. That one is not particularly a great cut either. And so I think there's going to be a switch off here. Right now, this is underneath, but what's going to happen is then the upper back is going to come out more. And let's get this transition going on here. And so we'll work on that when it gets into the details. And now here. And we'll get back to it a little later. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes here. Again, I don't want it to be too far up. Just doing this to get the feel. starting to look kind of okay. Still a little back heavy here. A little back heavy here. Getting better. If it's moving forward, then this is going to lurch a little bit forward. I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, I've ever had a good piece of wood that did have some wormholes in it. Okay, let's get kind of going on the head here. Now I'm going to make this easy, so it's going to be at like a good 45 instead of turning it slightly. Therefore, the head, now I got ears on this, that's why it's going to be a little difficult to do shaping, but I want to, we need to get this started. So the distance between here. So let's begin, since this is the front, this is the back. Let's take a good hunk off of that. Okay. All right, same with this. Make sure we got enough for the ear. Again, I just want to do this for the sake of getting a feel for how it will turn. Okay. Still kind of funny. Trying to unfunny it. Just take the saw marks off of this, but I did take off a little more. I wanted to take off a little more on this side to keep this around. Let's bring this over where the neck will be. All right. Boy, that's big chunks to be trying to blow off there. No, I'm just let's just take around the head a bit. That's kind of what you do with clay, is you just kind of bend this, take a little bit off this way and shape it that way, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're just so we could see what we're doing here. See, now it's starting to make sense. I'll take a little more off. I want to keep the line in for now. I can come back later. Okay. All right. Now, the eyes should be in the center. Well, he's going to have, yeah, he's going to be bald. So we can go call that the top of the head. Now here, on the other hand, before I do that, let's take a little bit off of the chin. So let's forget this. I want to take a little bit off of the chin and the neck. Let's take care of that first. There. A little more, probably one more round. A little twist. A little twist. Because we remember the neck is forward. A little twist. A little twist. There we go. I think you can cut a little bit this off and then move this forward a bit. And then move this forward a bit. Yeah, even come back, we're even going to come back on the arm a little bit. I'm going to do this just as a reminder. He's almost okay, but this one isn't. So let's do a little bit of cleaning here. Or we can do a little bit of this. I haven't done this since I started. I think as far as roughing out, he's starting to look pretty decent. All right, let's get back to, we just had to move the eye up a little more. And there, I usually have them, especially character, it's easier to just have the nose. Well, the nose should not, it should be about half down. It's works good with Santa Clauses, but since he's going to have a mouth, I'm gonna change this up a bit. Raise this up a little bit and less of a nose to make sure we got a mouth going here. So the oops. So the nose. Make sure we got a lot of nose. And a little this way. Then I want a big nose, so a bigger nose. Now I do have kind of a nice honker on him. We'll keep looking at. We'll do that. Now, here, let's take this off here. Now, what I do, the new way I do eyes, especially in caricature, is I do the quick version, is like a 45-degree angle this way, 45-degree angle this way, and just cut right above the nose and back, just so you can kind of get a commitment as to where the eye socket is going to be. Same thing on the other side. Away from the nose tip. There, just to get a feel. Then let's get some of the, he's going to have a big nose. So straight down or away from the nose. Now here, watch the tip. And while I got this upside down, I'm going to do another extra one of these. There we go. Oops, same on this side. And one of these. The nose, let's round it a little bit. Okay, now we know where the eyes are going to be. I'm going to put this in here. Let's take the bridge of the nose out here. Let's get that cleaned up a bit. Okay. And just to get ready for the eye, I'm going to do this little chip. Or this little chip here. One here, one here, one here. Now I might have to come back to this later if there's more shaping, but I think it should be good. One here. Oops, I think I got a little deep on that, or wide rather. All right. Before I put the mouth in, well, if I did, I'm just going to pencil this in, be a little higher, close to the nose. I want to put the ear in. Now, as I got too much for the ear, now the ear is supposed to be about at the eye and at the lip, about the lip. And that's about half down here. So I probably should not have taken so much off. But I'm going to kind of block that out, as it were, on this side. A little bit above the brow, about the nose. We'll do the nose. You can always shape it if below the nose. Some say lip, below the lip, on the mouth. But if we just put, let's go with the farther, the bigger one. We can always cut back. There's the center line. There we go. More of a block. Okay, I want to bring them out, these ears out. We'll kind of keep the tip as flat as you can. Flat against the wood as you can. If you can, if you can't. Now, here's what we want to do is we want to, when we carve this out, make sure we remember to add some like a sideburn. I know I get it. Oops, careful. Yeah, he still has a wide head, so we got plenty to work with. I think we might have his. think we go a little deeper, clean and deep. Should have made it a little larger. I think I didn't. I should have, would have, could have. Boy, he sure is a blockhead, isn't he? Take a little bit of that off. And I just want to round this just a bit here. Oops, that'd shatter. Yeah, don't leave that chin alone. And we're rounding it to the neck, not to the shoulder. Moving around it from the head to okay, if I were to see, the head is still, I want the head longer. And so I think I might give this another shrink here, and it'll hopefully bring the same here on this side. That's a bit better. Still a little bit more on this side. And on this side. Okay. Now if I were to just set in as a detail, I was going to say, no, I'm going to round this a little more. If I put the sideburns in, it would be a detail, but then on the other hand, it would also help shape the face, the head a little more. So we got to round the head a little bit. Well, I shouldn't put this. I should stop doing that. I will put that in. This in when I put the hairline in. All right, I want to do a little bit of this. So it's to round the face a little more, so it's get a less square. And now we're going here. Now I'm going to take this out here to cone the mouth. Again, it's a detail in a way, but it's, well, no, it's just shaping. Now, I'm going to put I think I should put the sideburns in and shape the ear at the same time, and it will shape the head. Oh, it's getting close time for me to, it is time. I might have to, I use the back side of this because when these sharpening tools here from Flex Cut, they use this wood here. And I actually use the wood as a little bit of sharpening. This thing's really making a lot of noise. Let's see if that helped. It did not. Just another. I'm just going to have to keep going. Sideburns, just to get them in so we won't lose track too much. Yeah, I think the ears got to be a little smaller than I should have had. I did not take things into consideration. Then this comes around. And if I were to put them in right now, then that would help shape the head a little bit more here. And using the flat end of the chisel, of the V, to cut that out. To cut that out. I think things are starting to work a bit. All right, with that, let's get started on the ears then. Now, the first thing I want to do, the top of the ear sticks out, the bottom goes in, so let's do a quick one of these. Kind of do two at the same time, or at least get the, so there it's sticking out. The next thing is we want to tuck the ear back. And we can put a little bit of a cone or concave effect to it at the same time. And the thing is that we still need some shaping on the outside of the ear yet. Okay, and what we need to do is something like this. There we go. Shape here, around here. Well, we'll come back to this when we put the little who's-he what's it in there. the ear uvula or whatever you call that. There. Getting the shape, and I want to continue on with the head. Let's bring this here. Here. Now what I want to do is do two birds with one stone. Oh, here's what I wanted to do. Is this. When we put the hair in, let's do this. Oh, it's old Sam Peabody o'clock, which means it's 10 o'clock. I'll just put this in. The reason why I want to put this in, oh, here, let's do this. Don't go on the pencil line, go down and then up. Then let's take that out. Let's careful of the chatter, and then down like this. Oops. Now here's what I want to put in is the jaw is next. You can see the profile. We got plenty to do. The jaw is going to go like this. It's going to like either down and out or just rounded. I mean, it should be. There is a catch there. And at the same time, what's going to happen now, if this is a Santa character, I'd have the longer hair and just simply do a cut there. But here it's going to be rounded. And it's going to kind of come to a turn. And that's where the neck is. The neck. I think I need a little more. There's still a little more coming back. There we go. Coming backness to it. Same here. Okay. Okay, there's that. Now, unless you want him to be kind of have a big jaw, let's bring this in a bit. Oh, we don't have an end to this sideburn here. There we go. That's getting better. Okay. I will come back to that some more later. Let's get a little bit more on and the neck here. Getting there. Let's do this one of these. Got to put in one of these. There we go. I should have done that right away. Again, usually something like that would bother me when I'm doing other things, when it's just a simple cut. Okay, I think I can round this, get rid of this some more here. Let's get rid of this. There we go. All right, that is uniformed there. Let us get into the mouth. Now the eye is going to be about here-ish. The eyeball, no, there's the iris, or the pupil, pardon me. And so we want the mouth here, but what we want to do is this, and this first, put this in. So this is going to be like a big chip here, here, and here. There we go. Chip didn't come out completely. Here. So we want to go away from the cheek and around the nose and then back into the cheek. And now we want to round the barrel a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. And we'll round this way. Round this way. Get out of there. Now the thing that while I'm here, before I get to the mouth, I want to round this. And then get a little deep on this. There we go. And then I want to round the nose, nostril a bit. Now we're really rounding the barrel. Still more cleaning up. There's the mouth still there. There we go. Just about a 10-degree cut this way, 10-degree cut this way. Make sure we bring this down. do a thus far. Continue on. We're going to round the top, just a round scoop. Just a round scoop. Now with the, let's just do a little bit of a 45 now. And about a 45 this way. Okay, then we want something like this. It's going to come up. It's going to come up about here, and then it's just going to go down like this, sort of like a hourglass kind of a thing. Oops. And this one here is about a 20 degree this way, 20 degree this way, and got put this in. Then we got to do, I'm going to carve a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Careful, don't hit the lips. A little bit of this. Now you could use your round tools if you want. I'll probably come back and do use my round tools. Now I want to bring this up. What I want to do, let's do this one first. This is easier. Just put it oomph here, and then this goes in. And it's supposed to kind of put this to an end. Again, you might want to use your round tools. Now I want to get back to the eyes a little bit, and just a little bit around this. I think I get back to that chip we got there, and just round it, and round this, and at the same time we round right here. Let's bring that cheek out a little more. Okay, same thing on this side. Let's round this, round this, and same here, around this. That didn't come out too well, or that didn't break away too well. Just a little, one more of this. Now we're getting kind of into the shaping. Here we are. Another thus far. Need a little more cleaning. While I'm at the, well, we're right here at the face. I'm gonna, right at the eye line, do a little chip here. A little chip here. This should come to an edge here, and then you do it about halfway in here. You push down, and you take that little chip out. That's his hearing hole there. Meanwhile, you can do a little bit more to bring that little ear uvula. Same here. Oops. Then same thing, cut about half-ish. Deep tip, cut, cut. So it might be a little wider. Then one of these, bringing the ear up and out. Ear up and out. I think I need more ear here. Now the hair line is goofed up. It's supposed to be here and here in retrospect. Should, my favorite word. Let's take care of that. Or is it? No, it depends on where you want to have it. I think the way I had it is okay too. Yeah, the way I had it was clean, it was good too. I think I'm depicting this as a much older gentleman, so he way has less hair. Come about a 45 this way, and a straight down this way. 45 degree this way, straight down this way, give or take. Now in the back, you could have him kind of having the hair out like this. Like he's showing off the little hair he's got, but instead I'll round him. It's just at the barber's. Forgot to finish this. See what we got here. Now there's a lot of cleaning up to do, my goodness. But right now we are just at the point where, as far as the roughing and detail together, ooh, this needs cleaning. Quite a bit of cleaning to do. Now I want to get the arms worked up here. Because if he's leaning forward, yeah, then this has to be back. The back has to be back. The next thing, bring the light over here a little bit. Let's get into the arms, because the arms are really, they're really blocky. So we'll start with pencil. And I'll start with the knife. That's a little bit of trimming here just to get our bearings. Now the thing I am concerned about the cigar hand that I did with the other one is there's not as much three-dimensionality or wood to bring out a more natural pose for the hand, because the cigar is kind of like this. So you got this, it's round, and it should be like round this way, and almost touching, and then and the hole would be there, and that's going to be a bit difficult. Because see, I didn't bend the fingers as much as I should to make it like it's turning. And this is an index finger here. Maybe a little, if I could make a little bit of a twist to it, but anywho, moving right along. Let's just skin the saw marks off. Now, I still think this is a little wider than I should, but I would be careful with taking too much off the top, because I want which I hope I didn't. I may have. Well, here. So I'm going to do kind of set the fingers in first. I'll probably have to come back to this here. Let's get this in here. Don't come back to just do it. Just do it. Oops, sorry, just trying to get it so I'm not on. All right, so if I want to get a feel for the fingers, since this is going to be, the index finger is going to be kind of open, let's bend it a little bit. And then you got the other three. So let's bring it down here. In fact, it looks like it's bending the wrong way. So let's use that. And so let's run a little more rounding. Now, when trying to develop a figure, it's just hard to you just cut here, cut there, and it's done. It doesn't work that way as much as we would like it to be done that way. So I did it with this arm. Let's do it to this arm where I put the detail in, a helping detail. Oops. Let's bring this in just a little bit this way. All right. think I'm going to look more this way here, get some more hand in there. Oops, where's my, here it is. Yeah, I don't know if you see my mosquito bites. Don't mind my mosquito bites. I was out doing another videoing of my take a hike in the woods, and holy smokes, were they were out to get me. It's a cloud of mosquitoes. It's really bad this year. Okay, I think I'm relatively okay with how I drew that. I believe. I think I may have cut off more than I should have. Go this way to even it out a little bit. Now this is going to be the fun part. This is kind of an impromptu, brand new way of doing something, in hopes it'll turn out all right. I think I could bring that index finger up a little more. Let's zoom in some more here. Hopefully I don't keep getting off the screen. Let's keep moving on. Let's get this chip out of there first. That's kind of, that length is screwing up the other fingers. Now they're kind of even. So then this has got to go down. These have got to go down. Oops. Down. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't look as good as I want it to. Better bring this back. Will that help? I think we're just going to have to keep it that way. I'm going to do some more, cleaning up, detailing and stuff like that a little later. I just want to at least get that in. None of these little, there we go. Rounding it off a little more. I think this can go down a little more. All right. is to take a drill the hole first. But here I wasn't too sure how that would work. And so I'm going to very carefully drill a hole there. In other words, what I'm going to do is take a smaller bit at a time and get bigger. I probably won't go any farther than this dowel like this. Okay, moving on. Now, in order for me to get excuse me, this hand going, like here's the belt. So if the belt comes here, therefore I can get more of this shirt. That's the, let's get this in. Because what I want to do is get that butt a little smaller. No. Ah. Itch. And so I was kind of wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. To clean that up a bit. It's kind of wrong. Well, I was still, it was all right where it was, but I think it'll look better if it was above there. And kind of a light one of these. I mean, there's not that much separation, just a dent of his behind there. Yeah, there'll still be more adjustments around here. Same here, where the belt is, so a little bit of the shirt hanging over the pants. Clean this up a little bit and come back to that. Belt buckle. All right, I think there's still more shaping to go. And the legs are still much bigger, much wider. We'll come back to them. Now I want to get a feel for where his thumb is going to be. And then just a little bit of separation here. And then the four fingers. So I'm going to do this just, I think there's going to be much more shaping of the hand. Okay, yes there is. And same here, sleeve will be here. A little more cleaning up and rounding. Uh-huh. And again, these fingers are going to be bent in. And the thumb goes down this way. Get out of there. Get out of there. Do another clean cut here. Hopefully a clean cut here. Or a cleaner cut. Okay, let's go in the center. Now here's the deal. Obviously the thumb, say crease or opening, goes back farther than what I'm carving here. What I'm cutting here. So let's get the fingers in, the 4 fingers in, and then we can bring the thumb back quite a bit more. There we go. There we go. There, and I want to go a little bit here. Take a little bit of that pinky off. So it's a little lower. Little bump there. Now, like I said, this is really hacky right now. I'll come back later to clean it up. Right now, I just want to get the feel of how this is going. Now, for all of you, I mean, this is the first video you see of mine. I have other videos that I've actually tried to develop from beginning. Instead of, there's a couple of videos I have where you get it right and have to do it many times. But I believe in teaching people to come up with their own stuff, their own work. And that's why I showed what's it like to just start with a drawing or whatever, and just, here, let's get to the hands. Just in case if I miss that. I started to clean the arms up a little bit. Bring the arms forward. Now we're going to put the collar in there shortly, and so I'm going to leave this extra wood I have here. Now I want to get to the legs here, starting with the feet. Which foot goes where? I'm going to take some more off. Turn this a little bit. Oh my goodness, jeez. It was fine when I got started. Am I still? There's where we're going to have the knees. Now one is a little more straighter. The one that's more, this is going to be a little straight, so maybe just a little bit of a knee. This one will, no, this one will have the one that's forward is the straighter leg. Sorry about that. So this one will have a deeper knee bend. This one will have just a little bit of a kink to it. This is going forward. All right. Since this one is forward, I can take more off. Go a little deeper. Okay. There we go. did that to the back. Let's see if we can do this to the front. Get a little deep, nice deeper. And when you do this, put a little angle to it instead of it going straight down. Otherwise, it won't pop out. All right. Take a look at my camera, still see if it's doing what it's supposed to do. Well, so far so good. Okay, this one is more straight. Oops. Boy, look at that. I have never, and this is supposed to be good. This is good basswood. Just never had a wormy good piece of basswood. Now here's the knee here. Bend it a little bit this way. A little scoop this way. Now where the knee is, let me clean that. The knee is about here. And what we're going to do with the knee, a little scoop here, oops, and a little scoop here. Same with the other side while we're on this side. A scoop here, and a scoop here. Other side, scoop here, making the knee higher. Making the knee higher. Let's put a nice bend to this and a bend to it here. So the knee is higher. Let's see if we can do the same on the other side. Get some more of that worm out of there. And a nice scoop here. Let's clean that out a little bit more. Let's put the crotch back in. This way. Now we're visited by Ethel again. Done from her prowling. A little bit of a scoop here. And get deep. Yeah. Kind of a scoop here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. That didn't come out. Get out of there. Okay, again, there's going to be much more cleaning up here and there. Clean the belt a little bit. After I put the pencil in, let's get some fee. Oh, am I off camera? Oh yeah, no, that's still there. Put in. rounding the legs a little more. The other thing too, the reason why I haven't taught or had a video in a long time is I'm still trying to learn better knife strokes. I seem to have I was getting better at it, but I seem to have gone backwards. I'm trying to do this, but I'm going to try to get back to having good cuts. See, like that's a good cut. One of the things I hate, and I'm sure you do too, is when you put the knife into the wood and you push. You're supposed to be cutting, but then you put the blade isn't as in a deeper angle, and what happens is that your knife scrapes across the wood. I hate that. That's why I'm practicing more on being more conscious about having the blade deeper down so it doesn't scrape. Now and also the lighting system is not good here either. Too many shadows. I mean, it's lit here, but it's just too many shadows. Put a nice angle this way. Put a nice, I hope you can see it with the shadows. A nice angle, whoops, scrape right there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, got things kind of too narrow here, so I can narrow this a bit. So what I'm going to do, of course I got to clean this up. I did put a nice, maybe a little more rounder here. A little bit of almost like a bell-bottom-ish kind of a thing. Not completely. Just enough. Oh, look at, I forgot this part of forgot this foot, sorry. I just want to put just a little bit of an angle this way on the heel, or the heel. I want to put just a little bit of a dent here. There we go. Towards, actually a little bit more towards the heel. And just a little bit of this. I'm going to call it the cowboy boot. Oops, a little bit. I think I got too much there. I'm bringing this up a little bit. And then turn a little turn here. And a little turn here. Where are we here? And I'm sure a little bit of this and that. And then I want to put one of these in. Boom. Boom, the heel. Boom, boom, the heel. And then I want to do a little bit of a very wide crease here. I've been getting kind of too deep with this crease as of late. Now I just want to make it a little more wider. Oops. That one might end up being deep. I went too far. And there's a lot of cleaning up and fancy, yeah, maybe a little bit more on the arm, head. I think I'm more in the ready to put the hole in for the cigar. Oh, no, I was going to do a collar. Sorry about that. Let's do our collar. Let's clean first. Collars are difficult. See his right here. So get that center line. And what's going to happen a little bit here, this and this, this and this, and then this is going to go around. I think the collar might be a little too big. Now I want to get this in and around. Oh, I think I might have been too narrow. Ah, shoot. Too narrow on that side. Oh, goodness, yes. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust that then. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Now here's the trick to getting it started. Is that, I don't know if I should pencil it in if I could, is like here and here, all the way around, so it's about halfways around. So this goes up here, and this goes down here. Down, up. So you're starting to get the collar going here. That helps shrink my arms a little bit. So I still want to go from the center down, and that's good because I need cleaning up here. Down, down, up, up, down from the center down to the neck, down to the neck, from the shoulder, it goes up. Goes up. Yeah, I think I got too much less on this side is the problem. And then this is down and down and down. This in. Now here's the deal here is then, so shrinking the forearm a little bit, in fact, probably even a lot of it. To at least get the impression that, bring this in a little bit here, a little bit here, and I can shrink this a little more. And again, trying to get some nice good cuts in there. Keep the tip as flat as you can on the wood. And like I did on this side, I'll put one of these little creases in there. Maybe put another one. Maybe just a little bit of bending here. Just bend it a little bit. Let's get in here. More cleaning. A little bit of bend the knife so we can make it. We want to make it so it's not perfect. Oops, get in here. Same here. Yeah, the camera shut down again, and so bring the zoom in a little better. Careful the tip. I did bury the tip. Now same here. Put a good dent in here. Good dent opposite of this, the front. So put one in the back. At least one. You can do several of these, and then I'm going to put some. Let's put some twists to it. More twists. Same with the pants. Oops, where's the green? Let's make this not perfect. Let's unperfect it. Oops, excuse me. I've got my 9:30 get exercising alarm about ready to start. So I got to undo that. And I got to get back exercise. And while I'm doing this, I could probably shape this a little more because I'm not completely happy with this. Oh, and another thing, I almost forgot. I gotta put the little zipper in. Sorry about that. Good thing I remembered at the last minute. There you go. And again, like I said, while I'm doing the twists, I'm gonna see if I can do any more shaping that need to be done. Bring the butactyl over a little more. Keep bending. I always call it bending the knife. I mean, you're not really bending the knife, just, or if you want to get a chisel out to do that. It's better to do the knife instead of a chisel because chisel is too perfect. A little bit of a crease on the back side here. Well, get out of there. Cut. Sometimes you gotta stop, breathe, breathe, look. And remember, I just put this little, just a little crease there that says that's his butactyl. Let's bring this up a little more. Okay, let's move this on and have a little, and then bring the light over here. I wonder if I bring the light a little more over this way, but there's still, maybe I should have done that a little. All right, let's get a little closer look here. Like I said, it is, we'll look at the hole to put in for the cigar, but holy smokes, is there cleaning up to do when there's so much detail. You know, the thing is, I took a class like I said, with Charles Banks, and a little bit too with John Overby, is that when you do flat plane, you can just cut, and it's done. But when you get into doing these details, that's when it gets a little hokey. That's when it gets a little, you way have to get your detailing knife out. And cleaning up things as well as fixing things. And of course, I'm also rushing because this is not a 2-week, this could also have been a weekend class. And I do that a lot, is that I think I do try to make it as, well, what I've mentioned before in my other videos is that it's very fast paced. You can always stop, rewind, what have you. But in a 2-week or a weekend, you can just take your time. Now what I did here, I forgot to crease here. Let's get a nice crease in here. Not only a crease, but some little things out of there. Some little of thises and thatses. Oh, careful, I don't cut that off. I think it's a well-worn shirt. And again, I will be cleaning with my detail. And I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do now. Give you a little look-see. I'm going to shut her down and I'm going to clean it up and then I'll come right back. And let's see, I put my cigar down and then I just pushing all of, there it is. Just get that hole in there. I'm going to have to fix the, I really have to work on the hands a little bit more. Because this is, I think I might have to shrink this hand a little bit more to help counter the other hand. Oh boy, did that get too shrunk. Let's do a little bit of this, see if this will help me. Oh shoot, I went too far. And again, detailing. And that's the thing that would make this look like that it's going around, is if you do something like this. Again, it probably would have been better if I used my detail knife to put this in. But I want to at least show you, we want to get that in. Same with over here. To give the impression that, yeah, it is curling. And we will detail, clean up. Okay, let's do one of these before I shut down. Looky over here. Like I said, the hands, they are gonna have to be fixed and adjusted. I might even leave it darn close to what it is. Clean it up and just leave it as is. Depends. The back of the head is going to have to be adjusted a little more. It's not too bad. But we'll get back to you. Let's see what happens. Still a little bit of shadow. I did clean it up quite a bit, I believe. And I'm trying to, I just noticed that I need more jawline there. Now it depends on what you want to do with the hair. Take a V or a round tool and chop it. I can see one ear is a little bigger than the other. Depends on what you want. Yeah, still a little bit of this and that. Then what I did was I created try to get as deep as I can. Ignore that little booger there, because I want to get some shadowing. See how you get that black line of shadow? That's what I'm looking for. You know, it's really interesting. Now that I got this really bright light on, I can see all the things that I missed while cleaning it up. There's the cigar. I did get the hole in. There he is. This hand did turn out to be a little smaller than the other one. And then when I kept cleaning the legs, well, lo and behold, I went all the way through, which is good. And yeah, there's still some more. Even though I tried to kick a lot of that off, there's still more. Nope, that didn't help. But there we are. Starting from scratch, a piece of wood. Let's see, can we zoom out or in? Can we zoom out? There we go. There he is. Let's push that out of the way. Turn it a little bit this way so there's less shadow. And there he is. Mr. Cigar Smoker. And I will be back for some more. Just characters doing this or that. And until next time, bye or no. Get to painting.